Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyani Namayam Namami Chinmayan Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Samacharana Saroja Sandra Neelambudabham Jaghana Nihita Panim Mandanam Mandananam Taruna Tulasimala Kandharam Kanjanetram Sadaya Dhavalahasam Vitthala Chintayami Vitthala Chintayami. I think I'm to read from 301. In the Vedanta, there is a teaching that the Guru must treat the disciple equal to his son, following which dictum, the Guru does not look at the disciple as of a lesser status, but regards him as if he is Brahman. The disciple serves the Guru out of devotion, but the Guru does not think that he is his servant. He sees as all beings as if they are gods. Then how can he look at the disciple as his servant? He does not carry in his head the concept that he is a great yogi, nor does he make a show of it in the world. He does not allow the pride of being a guru to appear in his mind. He does not put the burden of his maintenance on his disciple. On that off objects with the notion that he is aloof from everything and merged in the Atman as a safe haven, but he also does not insist that he should give up all his enjoyments. He does not indulge in the objects nor renounces them. Whatever contacts with the objects takes place according to the destiny, he directs them to body as if belonging to it and remains merged in the bliss of Brahman. His body may luckily ride in a palanquin, or by bad luck, it may fall in dirt. The pleasure or pain of these conditions do not affect him. Though he is in the body, he is not proud of it. He resides in the house, but is not attached to it. He walks among people according to the social custom as an ordinary person. His wife calls him husband. Sorry, I forgot to say the numbers. Yeah. 309. His wife calls him husband, his son calls him father, and disciples call him their guru, but he remains beyond these relations. 310. Thus, he acts with full experience of the self, shows how devotional behavior should be, how to look for Hari in all the beings, and advises his disciples to worship Hari in this way. 311. These are the signs of a real Sadguru, but because of their pride of knowledge, the scholars do not know these. Only those who are experienced know the secret. The knowledge of others is insufficient here. 312. The most important sign of a Sadguru is that there is profound peace in him. This is the main sign and quality of a Sadguru. 313. Peace was homeless in the world. It could not find any place to take refuge. It therefore came near the feet of Sadguru. 314. Just as when a daughter comes home of her mother from a husband's home, she freely plays around. Similarly, peace has come to live happily with Sadguru. 315. One who knows everything about Vedas but does not show it off is the man who has attained peace by self-knowledge. O king, he is the real Sadguru. 316. Eknathi says, now perhaps the listeners will get angry and say that by giving so many details, I have made the description very lengthy, but all this came naturally while explaining the word expert. 317. Eknath says, this is not my own erudition. This is of the Sadguru who is telling his own state of mind by explaining each and every term in the text and making me speak it out. 318. As all the qualities of Sadguru cannot be described, Vedas have become quiet. How can my talk be sufficient? 319. See what a miracle took place here. My beloved Guru Janardhan Swami is pleased, and therefore the Bhagavata is being expressed in Marathi, and the details of higher spiritual path are nicely expressed. 320. Eka is lenient at the feet of Guru Janardhana. When the Guru gives his blessings, the Guru and the devotee are free of the bondage of their body, though they are living in the bodies, so says Eknath. 321. Even Vedas will not know how great is the fortune when one surrenders oneself to the Guru, by the service of whose feet there is no bondage of the body, though the disciple is living in their body. 322. Actually, without worship of Guru, there will be no progress in spiritual path, and no achievement of any worthy quality is possible. And therefore, the books support worship of Guru. 323. Therefore, one should surrender to Guru with one-pointed devotion, so that he teaches the disciple what is self-knowledge and gives him satisfaction. 324. O King, I have so far described the best qualities of Sadguru. Now, I shall tell you the qualities of a good disciple, which please listen to with attention.
Tatra Bhagavatam Dharman Shikshed Gurvatma Daivataha Amayayanu Yaistushyedatmatmado Harihe.
Meaning of the verse. Under the Guru, whom one should love and have devotion about, one should, by worshipping him, learn the Bhagavata way of life, by which Sri Hari, who is the soul of the universe and who gives himself to his devotees, is pleased. 325. There are some disciples who appear to be very gentle, but they have many doubts in their minds. Some are totally hypocrites. Some are cunning who learn by stealth. 326. Some have desire only for public respect. Some are proud of their prestige and greatness. Some are very much puffed up by their little knowledge, and some have secret awareness of having occult powers. 327. Some are quarrelsome and make arguments. Some are talkative. Some are orthodox, attached to rituals. Some are so proud of their having faith in Brahman that they do not do their usual duties. 328. Some disciple likes breath control. Someone is proud of sitting continuously in one position. Some disciple is so doubtful that he has no trust in anything. 329. Some disciples receive advice respectfully from the Guru, but they doubt about their capacity to follow or to receive the fruit. Thus, there are many types of disciples, but mostly they are hypocrites. 330. Now, I shall tell you the particulars of good disciples. Good disciples are guileless, pure, pious persons really interested in the higher way of life. There is no falsehood in them. 331. They are subservient to the feet of Sadguru, sold out to the wish of the Sadguru, and ready to stake even their lives for Sadguru's work. 332. A good disciple is even ready to die in fulfillment of the Sadguru's orders. He never goes even a bit beyond the Sadguru's orders. 333. He does not look at his Sadguru as a man or a person, and is ready joyfully to serve him at all times. 334. He is alert to serve his Guru any hour of the day, and does not mind doing extremely hard work, which may be physically exhausting. 335. He never thinks that a certain work is of a menial nature or it is of respectable and dignified nature. He serves Guru by even keeping aside his usual religious duties. 336. He does not allow artificial attitude to creep in his service. He does the work with pure feeling. The harder the work he has to do for his guru, the more energetic he feels. 337. O king, the Sadguru is impartial to all disciples. May they be good or not, up to the mark, but one gets the fruit as is his faith and devotion. 338. There is a saying that God is in the faith and not so much evident in wooden, stone, or clay images. Thus, our faith is the only important thing which gives us the fruit of devotion. 339. Hiranyakashipu, the demon, tried with shrewdness to avoid death, but that itself proved fatal for him. The Lord Vishnu, finding loopholes in the wording of the statement of the boon given to him, killed him. 340. But look at his son Prahlad. He had firm belief that God was his protector. That is why all the efforts his father had made to kill him failed. 341. To harbor in our mind the pride of our knowledge in the spiritual path is sheer nonsense. He who has real faith and humility can cut the chain of births and deaths. 342. The Guru has no proud concept of himself being a man of knowledge and that he is going to test the disciple. The disciple gets the results according to his own devotion. 343. Dear King, enough with this description. Just see how great is the faith in the mind of a good disciple. He sees the Guru and Brahman as only one. 344. Sadguru is Atman residing in my heart, and he directs all my organs of sense and action, is his inner conviction. And while serving the Guru outside, the disciple believes that the Guru is actual Brahman personified in front of him. 345. He offers his body, mind, and money to his Guru, and even his life. Thus, he totally offers himself. 346. Then the Sadguru becomes pleased and he is very much in love with the disciple. And though he is the master, he becomes as if the servant of the disciple. 347. The king Bali offered everything to God and the God became his door guard. The wonder of devotion is such that the master becomes the guard of the disciple. 348. The best disciples become worthy of God's love for them. But how can this high state be possible for simple souls? 349. For this, one must be totally at the command of the Sadguru, who will then advise the disciple how to worship God. 350. One should learn from Sadguru all the ways of life of the Bhagavatas, by following which the disciples in the past have become the best devotees of God. 351. To seek company of saints is the main action a man should do in order to be a good Bhagavata. Sadgurus teach how to avoid bad persons' company.
Sarvato manaso sangam madau sangancha sadhushu dvayam maitrim praprashrayancha bhuteshvadbhayathochitam.
Meaning of the verse. If the mind should be unattached from everything, first, there should be a company of saints. Then pity, friendliness, and kindness to all beings should be developed. 352. If one wants to be aloof from all, one should choose the company of saints, and bad company should be avoided. 353. The first and foremost bad company is the concept that I am. Therefore, that concept must be completely dropped. O the King of Kings, please keep it in mind that good company, the company of saints, is very powerful. 354. The company of a man in whom pity, friendliness, and other qualities like humility are fully evident should be considered as a good company. Good company is essential to achieve self-welfare. 355. By dropping our notion that we are very great, we should be lenient to the saints and should prostrate before them. 356. Just see, Nobody is greater God than saints in this world. When we worship the saints, the God Almighty becomes pleased. 357. With complete faith, we must consider the specks of dust at the feet of saints as adorable by our bowing our head. We should never show off our knowledge in front of them. 358. When we happen to see a gathering of saints, we should be one-pointed in our belief that they are living gods. When we are so humble to them, feeling that they are gods, it is called prashraya or humility. 359. When we continuously keep ourselves at their feet, offering all type of service to them, compassion towards all beings develops fully in our nature. This is the main sign of pity. 360. We cannot imagine even in dream that the man who is moved to tears at the sight of the sorry plight of other beings can ever hurt anybody. 361. He never does anything to others such an action by which he himself suffers. And what gives him some comfort, he does the same thing for others. 362. He has the same compassion for all others. He never gives them pain by uttering harsh words and thinks what he can do to give relief from their suffering and give them some happiness. 363. If his tongue is about to use bad words, he becomes ready to punish his tongue. And if his mind harbors bad intentions about others, he is ready even to crush his mind. 364. He runs to lay his soul under all beings so that they would not suffer. He loves all other beings more than his own soul. He is so kind to them. 365. This feeling is called compassion. Now I shall tell you the sign of friendliness. 366. There are only friends everywhere. All beings have nothing but a good heart. There is no necessity to make any efforts to develop friendship. It is a fact and is self-existent. 367. Friendliness does not end if one has to give up anything for friends. Doubts never pollute it. Even if there are great calamities, friendship endures on. 368. This feeling does not die even if a man dies. That is called friendliness. When there is great calamity impending, the real friends come together. 369. When a man lives like this, there is in his mind a great trust, a faith about all the beings. I shall now tell you the particulars about that faith. 370. The characteristics of faith are extraordinary. In that feeling, the god Brahma and the little ant are seen as equals, but our response to them is exactly according to their particular separate status in the universal order. That fact is not neglected. 371. For example, to Brahmins, one has to pay respects, to worship them, offer them honor and good things, give them great regard. However, a particular person may be worthy of giving only food. 372. Someone is to be given food, some other is to be given clothes, some is to be given grains, some animals deserve grass and water, and we have to give only milk to someone like a small child. 373. In short, we have to give to each that thing by which he will be happy, and that also with proper regard. Wrong notion of faith brings in pain. 374. For example, it is wrong to give grass to a Brahmin and nice cooked food to an animal like a cow. It is foolish to put a dog on a royal seat and to indicate to a sage a dirty place to sit. These are stupid actions done with wrong concept of faith. 375. The tiger may be hungry, but we should not place a cow before it as food, and a cow dirtied by mud should not be massaged by oil and bathed in scented water. 376. Though organs and the body are one unit, we see that the function of the tongue cannot be done by the nose. Similarly, though Atman is one principle in all and every being, we have to attend to each being according to its capacity and need. 377. In giving according to the worthiness, though action is different, the inward faith in our mind is of the same quality. This is one of the main qualities of Bhagavata way of life. 378. In all the beings, Atman is the same in its nature. So in what way can one attain the quality of compassion, friendship, and worship of the sages? The sage by the name Prabuddha began to tell about the way to attain these qualities. 379. Prabuddha is describing to the king thus, which is the Bhagavata way of life in the following 9 verses, in order that the seekers may attain the state of Brahman.
Shaucham tapasthitikshancha maunam swadhyayam arjavam brahmacharyam ahimsancha samatvam dvandva santnyayoho.
Meaning of the verse: he should learn to acquire purity through outer and inner, devotion to his religious duties, penance, endurance, silence, study of scriptures, sincerity, simplicity of mind, observance of continence, non-violence, balance of mind in the face of dualities like pain or pleasure, or loss or gain. 380. Purity is essential in order to lead a higher life. Without purity and cleanliness, we cannot reach our final welfare. 381. Therefore, O king, listen from me the signs of purity. It is a strange fact that unless you are pure in mind, you cannot have even outer cleanliness. 382. Unless you wash your mind, which is sullied by dirty desires and hankerings, your calculated outer show of purity is just like a blind man trying hard to see by his useless eyes. 383. The mind is tarnished by the dirt of desires. You have to have devotion and trust in the advice of the Guru and wash that mind by self-confidence and by faith in yourself. 384. Just as by fire, gold is purified of its dross and its value increases, similarly, by serving the Sadguru, your inert ignorance is broken and blotless cleanliness of your chitta or consciousness is brought about. 385. When the mirror is cleaned, we see in it our own face clearer. Similarly, by purity of thinking or chitta, the mind itself becomes clean, the cover of illusion and ignorance on it being wiped away. 386. If iron tries to cover the magic stone of Paris, the iron by its touch loses its ironness and becomes gold. Similarly, when we achieve the inner purity, our earthly lower intellect really vanishes. 387. If magnifying glass is held in the sun's rays, it shines and fire is projected below it, which can be used to kindle fire necessary for yajna, etc. 388. Similarly, by meditating on the word of advice, the teaching given by the Guru, there is thorough purity, both inward and outward. Those who do not clean themselves like this are really hypocrites. 389. To give an example, consider the plight of one who does not take enough water for cleaning after defecating. His hand remains dirty and that part of the body also remains dirty. Similarly, disciples remain unclean only. 390. They have poison in their mind, but their appearance is attractive. So made by effort. It is like a bitter fruit which nobody takes. 391.
We can, I think, stop over here. We can continue in the next month only now. But out of curiosity, if anybody wants to read further, can read. But otherwise, reread what has been read because it's so much. So we've got enough. Beautiful verses again. And again, our Prahlad has come over here. So when we read, it comes to us. When we, it's amazing. It comes again and it comes in a different form and it reinforces what is to be done. So maybe keep scriptures close to us and reread that and try to adopt it. Very beautiful. That one was very nice, that unless inside is clean first, then only outward cleanliness. That was something very unique, not getting to read that very often. So that attracted Mm, somewhere 380, somewhere it was. So that was really very beautiful, I felt. And I was thinking, so beautiful. And this is a Marathi word called Paris or Paris, where you touch that stone to the iron and it turns gold. I don't know the English word for it, but we get this example of it. Okay, any more thoughts? Anybody wants to convey anything, say anything, got attracted to anything? Let's have a closing prayers. Lataji.
Om Purnamadam Purnamidam. I'm suddenly getting
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Hari
sorry,
Om,
Varsha.
everyone. Thank you for joining. So we have done till third chapter 390. So we can reread till here. So much is there. And if you get the book, then you can start marking. Otherwise, some way on the phone or the laptop to mark a PDF because so many good lines and such good revelations are there. So this also we have plenty to do for a month. Hari Om, everyone. Thank you.
So much, Haji.
Thank
Have
you,
a blessed
Hari
day
Om,
in
Varsha.
Ramayana camp.
You have a lovely time also.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Send
You all
us
will be there in
pictures.
my mind when I pray over things.
Yes, Haji. Have a blissful time. Have a lovely time, Haji.
Thank you.
Hari Om, Varsha.
Hari
Thank
Om
you.
ji. Hari Om. Ramayan to soak in Ramayan.
Will be wonderful.
It's intense. From morning 7 to...
I was just saying, my God,
And some sessions are almost 2 hours. Like that, there are 2 sessions in a day of 2 hours.
even in the afternoon, some 3 or 4 days, there is some activity.
Every day. So that schedule is for all the days, all 18 days.
You
And
have
after all this, you have to do your daily.